Well, one of the most powerful things you can do is to map what we call your power base. There is this particular exercise which is called mapping your power base. And I was reminded of this recently where I was working with a client in the provincial area of Victoria, and he has a list of people that he would ideally love to work with, but he hasn't got contacts at any of these places. Even though he knows he can add massive value, he doesn't have contacts in these places. So what we did is we went through this exercise, right? So this is a hidden asset. This is an asset that you don't know that you have until you really start to investigate it.
Welcome to the Master Dealmaker's Secrets podcast. And now, here's sales growth strategist, John Blake.
Welcome to Master Dealmaker's Secrets. I'm John Blake. This is episode 237. And today we are going to be talking about what I would do first if I had to build a sales pipeline from scratch. But before we do that, if you've got leads that you've spoken to that haven't converted, I want you to head over to johnblakeaudio.com. What you'll grab there is a 15-minute training plus a PDF guide that shows you exactly how to convert double the amount of people that you've spoken to that didn't buy straight away into paying clients. johnblakeaudio.com, you'll get the 15-minute audio that walks you through the strategy, plus a PDF that has the exact word-for-word scripts, exactly what to write in your emails, exactly what to say when you call, and exactly when to email and call over a 90-day period. When you put this into practice, it will absolutely work. I've seen it work time and time again. It's worked for me for over 20 years, and I've taught it to dozens and dozens, if not hundreds of businesses that have all got the same result through using it. So it is at johnblakeaudio.com. Go grab it, put it into practice, and please let me know how it works for you. Righto. So what I would do if I had to build a sales pipeline from zip. So first thing I would do is I would get very, very clear on my offer. So let's say I found a new product, or I was working for went into a new industry. I was, working with a brand new product. I would firstly get very, very clear on what my offer is. And I would look very closely at making sure that the offer that I had was an offer that had the highest likelihood of converting. That's the first thing I would do. Second thing is I would build a list of businesses that I know that have a problem that my product can solve. So firstly, work out what my offer is, what is the problem that I'm solving, and then secondly, create a list of businesses that I know that have a problem that I can solve. And the third part, which is the bit that I wanted to go deeper on, which is often the bit that people get stuck on. It's okay, well, how do I go about getting in contact with those businesses? Well, one of the most powerful things you can do is to map what we call your power base. And I learned this first from a book called The 7 Levels of Communication, which is a brilliant book about networking. But in it, there is this particular exercise, which is called mapping your power base. And I was reminded of this recently where I was working with a client in the provincial area of Victoria, and he has a list of people that he would ideally love to work with, but he hasn't got contacts at any of these places. Even though he knows he can add massive value, he doesn't have contacts in these places. So what we did is we went through this exercise, right? So this is a hidden asset. This is an asset that you don't know that you have until you really start to investigate it. So the process is quite simple. You start off and list all of the people in your power base, in your network. And so I've got a list of places to look, right? So these are people who could potentially introduce you, or at least let you know who the contacts are at your list of businesses that you want to work with. Okay, so the place to look is your friends from school, right? Who do you still keep in contact with? Who could you contact at your list of friends from school or your uni friends? Who could you contact that could put you in touch with, or could at least tell you who the decision maker is at one of the target businesses that you would like to get in contact with. So school friends, uni friends, family friends, people that you grew up with, friends of the family. They can often be people that are also in business that have a network of their own and can either put you in contact with or let you know who the key decision makers are in organizations that might be on your list of people that you want to work with. So school, uni, family, friends, people that you played sport with. So one of the most amazing things in my life has been the fact that I was a competitive surfer and I also played competitive water polo. And I have made incredible business contacts through having played sport. So people that you have played sport with, again, a lot of them are in business, and a lot of them have access or at least know who are the decision makers in specific businesses, in particular businesses that you would like to work with. They can put you in contact with them. Past clients. So past clients, potentially from industries where you've worked before, or even people that you've worked before that. If you keep in contact with them, you can often get back in contact with them, and you can say, "Hey, look, I'm wanting to work with this particular business or this particular type of business. Do you know anyone there, or could you introduce me to the whatever role at whatever level that you're looking to get in there on?" So, past clients, existing clients. Similar, although if we were starting from scratch, it would really just be past clients. Connectors, so people that you know that are just natural connectors, people that you know that just seem to know everyone. They might not necessarily be clients, they might not necessarily be people that you went to school with, but they're people in your network that just know lots and lots of people. And then there are your kids, friends, parents. So often the parents of the kids that go to school with your kids are often a great resource in terms of, hey, look, I'm trying to get a hold of clients in this industry. Do you know anyone that that owns a business like that? They can be great. And then the other one is friends of your parents. So often your parents' friends, if you're lucky enough to have parents that are still around, often your parents' friends are also very influential, and they can put you in contact with people that you want. So you could easily come up with between 10, 15, maybe even 20 people. And it just makes it so much easier to get on the phone and just say, look, I've just started in this new role. This is the problem that we're solving. I'm looking at connecting with these type businesses. Do you have within your network anyone that works in those industries or in those type businesses? It'd be great if you could either just give me a name, or if you were happy to intro me, that'd be great. So I hope that helps. Thank you very much for listening, as always, and I will look forward to talking to you on the next podcast. Cheers.
You've been listening to Master Dealmaker Secrets with John Blake. Subscribe to get more in-depth strategies and maximize your sales process with new episodes every other week. And double your inquiry to sale conversion with the lead flow you already have. Go to johnblakeaudio.com for his exclusive, free, no fluff audio training and companion PDF guide.